I have arrived! So I have driven 2 hours to come to the Talland School of Equitation. So I've had some riding lessons, I think is what either a sister company or they've got some sort of connection at Ingastry, which is a little bit closer to where I live. I had a lesson on the Schoolmaster and I had a lesson on Zed. Both were a gift from a really good friend. She's a dressage rider and she gives me lots of top tips and advice and stuff for my schooling and flat work. So she's done it again, and it's my 30th birthday this year. It's not till July, but she has given me a voucher to come and have a lesson at Talland. I'm really nervous. This is one of the things that I still don't have much confidence in terms of my riding ability and people being judgmental. I know they're not. I know it's mainly in my head. And I almost feel a bigger pressure because I've ridden for GB as an endurance rider to not be bad, because I don't want other disciplines to think, oh my god, GB endurance riders can't ride. And I know I can't ride. Like, endurance riders are some of the best riders at keeping horses balanced and in a rhythm and making sure that they can use their bodies efficiently, but it's just very different to classical riding. So I am actually really nervous, and I was nervous this morning as well. But I'm here 20 minutes early, so that's good. I can have a little moment to have a snack. I've been driving 2 hours, so I'll probably have a little walk, do a little warm-up, squats, lunges, a bit of a stretch, so I'm on top form. But I thought I'd take you with me. So Dan wasn't allowed to come because you're not allowed spectators, so the footage might not be that good for this, but I will wear a chest cam and set up a camera in the school, and I will take some notes to hopefully give you what I've learned and top tips and kind of go through what I've learned. I think it's really funny because whenever I tell someone that's not horsey I'm going for a riding lesson, they're like, why? You can ride. But I think it's the language we use. If you say I'm going for a coaching session, like Olympic athletes who are at the top of the game, best in the world, have coaching sessions all the time. And I think it's really good to have coaching sessions in different disciplines, because I think you can pick up loads of really good tips and things that actually people that coach in your own sphere wouldn't know, because they're coming at it from a completely different angle. I've learned so much from my dressage lessons that I then transfer into my endurance riding. I'm actually quite tempted to have maybe a jumping lesson soon. That would be cool. I haven't done much jumping since I was little, and I think this winter I might be going and doing some hunting with Stuart's horses, so I probably need to get my jumping skills back polished up. Okay, so I'm gonna go sign in and wish me luck. Hello. Yes.
Hi, I'm Pippa.
Hi. And you. Thank you.
No problem. So you've not been here before?
No, I've been to Ingastry a few times.
Okay, great. We went there, Roundup and I, to do our BHSI not long ago.
Tim said that.
Yeah. Good. So have a little look at the stirrups. See what leg you're gonna go.
I have never ridden in a dressage saddle ever in my life.
Wow.
So
Okay.
this could be entertaining for everyone involved. I'd probably say I'd be used to shorter, but you're going to tell me to go longer.
Get on. Get yourself comfortable.
I reckon probably a little bit shorter.
A little bit shorter. Because, you know, as long as you're comfortable.
3? Shorter?
3. Okay, let's go again. If you want to hop on the mountain block, Jamie will bring him round for you, okay? Right, how do they feel? Your left one is shorter than your right one.
It feels like that, yeah.
Which one feels more comfortable is that stupid question.
This one? But do you want me to try that?
Pick that one up one, and as long as you're comfortable, you don't know him, so let's make sure that you're happy first. And then we can make me happy after.
Yeah, okay.
29, how long have you been riding for?
Since I was 2.
Since you were 2?
Yeah, so I'm an endurance rider.
Yeah.
I have done very little dressage or jumping in my life other than pony club when I was little.
Okay.
But endurance horses have to be super balanced,
Yeah.
obviously, and carry themselves really well, and I would just like to be better at my flat work and stuff.
And basically the aim, obviously I'm sure you're aware, is to ride our horses with our bodies and not the hands.
Yeah.
Okay, so when we warm up, it's so important to do your 10-metre circles, your half circles, your circle times, because once you get this soft, this, and the whole thing. Yeah?
The thing that makes me most nervous, like I can do an 180 horse mass starter championship and I feel fine. Put me in a school and I feel like I can't ride. Boy, I know. Good boy. So I've just finished my lesson. I learned a lot, mainly about, I guess, my inadequacies. I think I found it quite difficult to keep my feet in the stirrup, so maybe I've been relying too much. I've got free jump stirrups and they are virtually impossible to fall out of. So I felt like my lower leg was really unstable. I was in a dressage saddle, longer stirrups than I'm normally used to, but that's no excuse. Did some work without stirrups and my sitting trot ability is pretty poor. So I feel like I'm so used to, I rise to the trot, I never sit. If I want to canter, I stand up in the stirrups and go, and they canter. If I want a flying change, I'll just sit and put my leg back for a flying change and they do it. So maybe my horses are just so easy and they do it the way I've trained them, that actually riding classically for me, I feel like I can't ride. I feel like I'm really bad. But there were some really nice bits, and I've got quite good proprioception, so when she asked me to lean back or put my legs somewhere, I felt like I could do it, so that's really good. I just need to know where to put my limbs and maybe do a bit more practice sitting, a bit more practice without stirrups, and maybe I'm relying on my really good stirrups a bit too much to keep my lower leg in place. So we'll have a little play with that and see how we go. Driven the 2 hours back, and it has given me a lot of time to have a good think and go through what I learned and the tips that I took. My instructor, Pippa, I don't know if I said before, anyway, she is a Team GBR dressage rider, so certainly knew her stuff, and actually was really good. Joe, enough instruction, enough praise when I got it right. So actually, you know, I feel very positive about it, even though I took away lots of things that I need to work on. But that is the whole point of going. I think if someone just praises you all the time, you're never gonna get better. So thankfully today I have the saddle fitters coming, because if I'm going to be doing loads of sitting trot, I need to make sure those saddles are super comfy for my ponies. So we'll go off now to get our saddles fitted. Ponies are in, saddles are out on the wonderful stands Dan made, thanks Dan. And the saddle fitters are on the way. So this is Qantas's, this is Azid's. Qantas is going to change shape a lot as we start to work him, because he's not done any work in a while. Azid is he's now 8 weeks into his training program and he's got a competition in 1 week. Fingers crossed. So just giving him a check over before he does it. See how it goes.
Oh, I saw a name tag on it, but it's yours.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah?
Got a number?
I do indeed. Give it a whirl.
It had big discs in the front. We changed it to small discs, but the big discs were placed further back in the gullet, which is a really bad area to place them, because it puts it in a place they're not designed to be and restricts the horse in the wither area.
It actually shortens the weight bearing surface and stops the reactor panel discs from flexing and the panels from flexing, so it effectively makes the saddle bridge. So this should feel much better. So that should feel different.
He's nice and forward.
Oh, he's a speedy one, this one.
He is a speedy one.
I feel so floaty. Yeah, kitty.
Does that feel a bit closer, Beth?
Yeah, I feel much more in the saddle. Yeah, it feels really good.
And really stable.
Yeah, the only problem I've had with him with saddles is it rubbing at the back.
Yeah. So on the back of it, I've sort of anticipated. I've done it with the other one as well.
Yeah.
And what I've done is, firstly, the discs were very far back here,
Yeah.
which meant the panel wasn't flexing very well.
Oh, okay, yeah, so it's kind
And
of digging in.
so though you can get rubs with the panel saddles at certain times of year, normally it's down to the flexibility of the panel. So I've moved the disc that way, and what
So
that's
you're
done
like
is
that.
made it much looser. So
Yeah.
if you get your fingers in here, sorry, just slip your fingers under and slide that way. Yeah,
Yeah.
it just, you see how flexible it is.
Yeah.
And so that was nowhere near as flexible as that.
Yeah, so if
And neither was the other one. I think was actually even worse.
Yeah, so if you put
So,
the disc like that,
yeah,
it's pushing
yeah.
down. Makes
So
sense.
basically what it is flexing, and the reason is because he's got a bit of a croup, and
Yeah.
also the other one has as well.
Yeah, they're a bit bum high.
Yeah,
aren't
they're a
they?
bit bum high. And so what we do is by moving the disc this way, it makes the back more floppy and it's not load bearing on the ends, and so
Yeah.
therefore it doesn't cause, you know, those issues.
Yeah.
Now, because those have been changed, you're sat into the saddle, you feel part of him and you can feel his movement, and I'm
You
sure
can
he's
see
a lot
it
more
as
relaxed.
well. Like
yeah,
if
it's
you
more
film
around
it
the
from
horse.
here,
Exactly.
you can see the panels
You
move.
can actually see the panels moving on the shoulders when you haven't
Yeah.
got the numbers on.
Good boy. So
But
you-
the whole thing, you'll be sat down. Now, what Ginny was talking about was when the big disc there, it lifts it up through the middle as well,
Yeah.
so there's no contact.
No, it
So
does
what we
not.
have is we have contact in the disc at the front, disc at the back and through the middle, which allows you to sit in on the horse, and it spreads the weight more evenly, but also make him feel better, make his back better, but you get a better feel from it, and
Yeah.
that's really what we're talking here. What do you see?
just the hair move. Voila!
Yeah, where?
Where?
So normally you can see where it's a little bit broken, where the
yeah.
saddles have done it before. There,
Okay,
nothing.
nothing.
Well, that's what we expect.
And I didn't feel like it was going sideways either.
You didn't look at you.
Didn't move.
Because I'm not used to these saddles, these are the first ones I've had, just asking about where I should place it, because obviously it's a little bit different to a traditional saddle where you've got the panels here. So how do I put it on?
So basically what you're actually doing is in general, it's sort of much the same as a traditional.
Yeah.
A traditional we place, so the saddle tree is 2 fingers behind the scapula,
Yeah.
and this is the same. The only difference is the panels then go out over the shoulder.
Yeah.
So if you're ever not sure, there's almost a natural place for it, and it's sort of there. But if you slip your fingers in here,
Yeah.
you feel the back of the scapula there, you'll find
That's
they
in
correspond
line.
with
Okay.
just behind the disc.
Oh, perfect.
But you can, some people sometimes put it here and then down there, but when it's in the right place it feels,
And there's
but-
actually loads of room here, isn't there?
Yes.
Like you can really
but
put
that'll be
your hand
around,
behind.
that'll be the weight distribution around the
Yeah.
horse. But what's really nice about it is, in most cases, if it's placed slightly in the wrong place, it'll recenter.
Yeah. It
So when
feels
you ride
super
it,
stable.
Yeah, and that's what it should feel like. Obviously they need adjusting from time to time, but that's what they should feel like.
So we've changed today, so this saddle I got second hand, so it wasn't set up for Azid and it wasn't set up by you guys. So you've just changed the size of my disc.
These in front, these
Yeah.
are thin, what we call thin discs. There's 4 discs, there's ultra thin, thin, mediums and thicks.
And it's like, 'cause these quite wide.
Yeah.
Yeah.
but to the fact that the accurate answer is wide compared to the tree of the saddle.
Yeah.
So because every tree is different, we sort of have what we roughly call standard ones. This doesn't look that different to a standard one, so it might well be. But with this horse, the thin discs are the best choice.
And these
but
are really adaptable, aren't they? So
Yeah.
you can actually change the thickness of the disc
Exactly,
to suit the horse.
and the thing is, like in his lifetime, normally with Arabs, quite often I'm putting medium discs in the front and thin discs in the back. With him, it's thin discs all round.
Oh, it's really, really good. Thank you.
The other thing is just as you're here, just pointing out the girthing.
Yeah.
Just so you remember this. On all of our saddles, we have 4 girthing straps. With him, we're first and third. The reason being, the girth is going to sit in the girth groove. The girth groove's very forward.
Yeah.
So this actually helps with the stability.
Okay.
Our traditional saddles do the same things. It's just, you know, it's the way we do things.
And why would we choose the first and the third rather than like the first and the second?
Because it lines up. If you stand from the side and look down with the girth attached, you'll see it's almost like a straight line.
Okay.
Whereas if we use this strap here, if you see the straps way back here, it's just not suitable. But it's just every horse has a girth groove in a different place.
So again, super
and often
adaptable.
Super adaptable. And it's because they fit on lots of different horses. But with Arabs and a lot of natives have a very forward girth groove, whereas the warm blood might have one in the middle, or a thoroughbred might have one in the middle. And it's just different horses, you know. The idea is you can put it on different horses.
So the idea is that, so this is the first time I've actually had a season with these saddles and had them fitted and things. I'm going to try the second-hand ones for a year just to make sure that I like them, the horses like them. First impressions are really good, and there are lots of really top FEI endurance riders that use them, so they have excellent reviews. So hopefully if I like it and the horses like it, we might even get a custom one made, because that is an option, isn't
Pretty
it?
colours,
Yeah.
bling, you know,
Endurance riders love our colour schemes. Okay, good boy. So we have had our saddle fitted. Qantas has had his fitted, but obviously I haven't ridden him because his surgery is only 3 weeks ago, so he still can't have a girth. But hopefully, probably in about 6 to 8 weeks time, as I start riding him, he'll change shape a lot. So we'll get these guys back to refit the saddle once he's muscled up a little bit. Azid is feeling really good. I felt super stable, like I was really riding him and he was super free. So thank you so much for coming and fitting the saddles. Ready for our first competition in a week.
Exciting.
I know.